Good morning children. Today I am going to go for the second part, that is part 2 lesson, that is freedom movement. Already I have completed the first part, 22 chapters, so I am going to go for the second part. So that is the history lesson, unit 7, freedom movement. Okay. The first and foremost is the rise of nationalism. Okay, what do you mean by the rise of nationalism? Who are the nationalists? Okay, Indian freedom movement is an important and it is also a vibrant chapter we have in the history of India. Before this, we came across many of the kings who fought against the foreign occupation or the foreigners or the Britishers. But these fights were guided by their political goal. Since they fought against the foreign occupation, it can be considered as the beginning of the nationalism. So this is called as the fighting against the foreign occupation of foreigners, or this is the first or the beginning of the nationalism, means showing the patriotism or nationalism towards the nation. So during the second half of the 19th century, many development like expansion of communication and roads, expansion of English education, journalism and the birth of cultural education can be witnessed. But people suffered a lot with the famines and hardship created by the British rule. Many farmers and tribal agitation that took place during this period is a proof of this. Indians who suffered in the hands of the East India Company put up a strong resistance in the form of First War of Indian Independence in 1857. As a result, it ended the rule of the East India Company in 1858 and started the rule of the Queen of England. So, Queen of England in 1858. So, with the implementation of the Act of 1861, the participation of the Indian in the legislation process was ushered. As a result of all this, the educated youth started sharing the idea of nationalism with the ordinary people. Nationalism found its root at a concrete concept. Indian National Congress is the institutional expression of this. So, the next part I am going to go is Indian National Congress. What do you mean by Indian National Congress? The first war of Indian independence in 1857 led to the development of political awakening in Indians. So the first war of Indian independence, that is of 1857, was the development of political awakening in India. Many educated youth provided leadership to various associations which had nationalistic outlook. Among them, the Hindu Mela, All Indian Association, Pune Public Sabha and the Indian Association are important. I'll repeat once again. Among them, the Hindu Mela, the Indian Association, Pune Public Sabha and the Indian Association are important. Newspapers opposed the stance of the government. So during the reign of Lord Lytton, Vernacular Press Act was implemented to curb the independence of the independent press. All these developments inevitable led to the establishment of Indian National Congress. So what happened during the reign of rule of Lord Lytton? Vernacular Press Act was implemented to curb the independence of independent press, and all these developments inevitably led to the establishment of Indian National Congress. The Indian National Congress, which changed the direction of the Indian political history, was born in a national convention held at Bombay in 1885, and who was the main first president there? W.C. Banerjee Vomesh Chandra Banerjee. His full name is Vomesh Chandra Banerjee. W.C. Banerjee was the first president. AOU. AO means Alan Octavian Hume. Okay, the full form of AO is Alan Octavian Hume. Played an important role in formation of Indian National Congress. Hume was a retired British civil servant and met political leaders in city of like Madras, Bombay and Calcutta and discussed the various issues of public importance. As a result of these deliberations, the Congress declared that achieving national unity as its primary aim during the first national convention. It tried to achieve unity among the diverse culture and social path of India. The leaders of this period also had the commitment to achieve it. The next is the newspapers. What were the newspapers published in vernacular languages? And what did they do? And they enabled discussion on various social issues. As a result, various public issues reached the people. The British employed, what did they employ? What did they brought into practice? Divide and rule policy. Divide and rule policy to break the unity emerging among the people with the development of nationalism. They started implementing strategies to cause disunity among Hindus and Muslims. Still, the Indian National Congress continued with its focus on creating unity among Indians. So, during the later part of 19th century, differences of opinion arose in the Indian National Congress due to their differences in ideology, belief and execution styles. They were identified as the moderates and radicals. So the first and foremost I am going to go is moderates. Traditionally, the first 20 years of the Indian National Congress is called as the age of moderates. So again I will repeat, traditionally the first 20 years of the Indian National Congress is called as the age of moderates. W.C. Banerjee, M.G. Ranade, Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Nauroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale were the major moderate leaders. So who all were the moderate leaders? W.C. Banerjee, M.G. Ranade, Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Nauroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale were the major moderate leaders. Here, the moderates had faith in the rule of the British and judiciary. Means they believed the Britishers. The moderates believed with the Britishers about their rule and also their justice. They used to table their demands with the framework of the constitution through prayers and bequests. So how they were thought that their wishes will be fulfilled by the British and the given justice by doing their prayers and requesting the British. They tried to bring a political awareness among the people. They organized public meetings, discussed various burning issues and submitted memorandum to the government. They submitted memorandum demanding cutting down of military expenditure, development of Indian industry, providing good education and program for poverty alleviations. So what are the demands they kept in front of the Britishers? Cutting down of military expenditure. Second one, development of Indian industry. Third one, providing good education and program for poverty alleviation. So moderates were the first to study the ill effects of the British rule in India. So they explained the drain of resources of India into England through scientific strategy are called as drain theory. This is very important, children. What do you mean by drain theory? Means drain of resources of India into England. From India the resources goes to England through scientific statistics are called as drain theory. By increasing the import and reducing the export, the British facilitated the draining out of precious Indian resources into India. Just like Dadabhai Nauroji, R.C. Datta too published books explaining the draining of Indian resources into England. The period of moderate is also called as the age of liberal nationalism, and the period between CE 1885 and 1905 is called as the age of moderates. So this is the end of moderates. Next I am going to go is radicals. Who are these radicals? So the soft stance of the moderates towards the British made unhappy group within the Congress to call them as political beggars. So see what the radicals has to say. They were against the Britishers and they are calling the moderates as political beggars because they thought that if they ask and they will be given by the Britishers, their prayers and requests will be accepted. So the soft stance of the moderates towards the British made one more group, unhappy group with the Congress, to call them as political beggars. The group congressmen who criticized the soft stance of moderates are called as radicals. So who are the ones who told this, who gave them the title? They are called as the radicals. So who are the leaders who were present in radical group? Aurobindo Ghosh, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai and Bal Gangadhar Tilak are the main members of the radical group. They opposed the stance of the British, who considered nominating the Indian members to the Indian legislative assemblies as an important favor. So this information you can collect even in the Indian Act of 1861 and 92. Thank you children for watching this video. Read the textbook of the part 2 and understand and gain knowledge. Have a good day. Thank you.